So hello friends, today I'll be taking you through ProtaStructure. This is a good software for structural engineers, and kindly don't feel offended if you're not a structural engineer. You can just support the channel by subscribing, liking and sharing this video. So we're going to start. When you open ProtaStructure, you get this interface depending on the version of your software. And here it will show you the recent projects that you had and others. Here you can see I had a Baringo project where I was doing a primary school. But that aside, we're going to start a new project. So we're going to look at this interface. And when I look here, I can just open a new project here. I can just decide to open it here, or I can decide when you go through these tools, they are not visible because you have not opened a new project, or rather, you have not created a new project. So I'm just going to press create, and here I get to select my project code, and I will write, for example, I will write Machina Graphics because this video is sponsored by Machina Graphics, and kindly subscribe to their channel. So here I get to select the standards, and perhaps I guess if you're a Kenyan or if you're in another country, you get to select where you come from. I can select Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, uh, Thailand, Turkey, or UK BS and UK Eurocode. But here I will select the BS standards and then click OK. And here the software will create for me the interface. Once it creates the interface, we get started. So it's done, and here you get your workspace, and it is very simple. When you try to work here, you realize it can't do nothing. So when we go here, for example, we select a column, it cannot draw the column. It can't draw the column here because you have not drawn orthogonal graphics. So we are going to orthogonal axis generator. You will just write command, you just need to command it here, but before that, let's go through the interface. So here you get to interact with these tools, which are just simple as you can see it: saver, savers, and that is building set out. And then in modeling, you get to access these tools. There are so many here. The orthogonal axis generator is here. You get to get column, wall, beam, shrub, rib shrub, shrub strip, shrub, and other tools. You get to access them here. For example, also if you need steel, you just access them here. But you're going to go through them as you'll be going through this project. And if perhaps you need other things, like you need to load your cases in combination, you get to apply loads here. If you need to apply an earthquake, you apply seismic parameters, and if you need to apply wind load, you apply it here. For engineers, they understand that roads can be varying. For example, you need a right load, you will add a right load, and you will have to see how your structure behaves. And also here you get to add partitioning wall roads and shrub additional roads, point line and area road. And if that is done, we go to review. Here you get to delete unused axis, fix the almost orthogonal axis, viewer section, refresh connectivity information, visual interrogation, design status, column section, beam section, material, beam wall type, and you get also to access shrub additional road, drive road, BIM integration status. But if you're done with that, you can also access analysis. So in this analysis, you get building analysis, you get the EFE flow analysis, you get also FE loft foundation analysis, remember all the type of foundation. So you have pad, so raft is shadow foundation. Update, you have other types of foundation like pad, you have raft, then you have the pies and the pies, which are the foundation, and you can be able to analyze them here. Let's go to design. In this design, you get to column, story beams, ribs beam, foundation beams, shrub analysis and design, rib shrubs analysis, pad footing, pile caps, column patching check, beams, shrub, rib shrub, column beam, braces, plans, shield, trusses, and frames. In the drawing reports, this one you can be able to generate your report about your everything about form plans, column application, column elevation, story beam elevations, beam elevation, foundation beams, and part based piles, caps details, and quantity extraction tables, report manager, and other reports. You get them here. Wall types, shrubs, and you can be able to see all the kind of reports. You can be able to access the building integration modeling. You get to export, import, and Revit input. You can also import a Revit file. You can also export a 3D PDF. The display, you get to refresh your display setting, visual setting, rotation center, and others that you need. In the views, you can reset it, tiles horizontal and tiles vertical, smart, run, 3D physical modeling, 3D Reba model, and an analytical model. And also you can seek help if you have paid for your software, or if you have crack, don't do the joke of clicking help, because the software, they will be able to retrieve it. So back to modeling, and we're going to be staying for in this tool for a long time, because we are going to be doing modeling here. So one thing, you need to click orthogonal axis generator, and then I click anywhere in my workspace, and perhaps I need here to add maybe like 5, and then 3, it's okay, then I click okay, and this is what I'm going to be having. And here now if I select my columns and then I draw them here, they're going to be well stationed here. But before that, let's go back, and if I need a column, I can just click it and then come here, change the setting. Perhaps I need um a good 500 by 500. I can change it here, click update, and then I come and draw them here. But that's not the only type that we have of column. So let's go back and then click column again, and then click here if you need another shape, and then I can click around it one, and then click the diameter that I need, click OK. So here I'll be setting the diameter of it, and then I can get to draw them here. So that's how you get to draw there. So let's view them in the 3D format. So if you need circular columns, you get to draw them like that. You can be able to see them here. They are circular. But let's go back and also draw the rectangle ones and view them also. So I will click column and change the shape here. Let's perhaps change them to prismatic, um, 1 2 3 4 5 6, a hexagon, and click OK, and then I'll draw them here, and then we will review them at once. And then perhaps if I need another type, I will click here, change them maybe to a t-shape, and then click OK, draw them here also, and that would be great. Let's view them in physical. So these are the circular one, these are the circular one, and these are the prismatic one, the one that are hexagon, and this one are the T-type column. So depending on what you need, you'll be able to select them in that order. So let's go back and perhaps delete all of this and then click OK, and then I'll be able to do away with the columns. And now let's draw columns that I need. I will be drawing 500 by 500, or let's go with 500 by 250. That's a good standard. I draw them here, draw them in this right, draw them here, and then draw them there. And with that, I'll be done with my columns in that order. So I will have them like that, and I'll be cool with that. Perhaps let's say that this area have a column here, and a column here, and another one here, here, and here. Let's draw them here. So we have two columns there, and also we will have another column here that comes to that side, and another one here. So with that, and then let's go back to bordering. And what I will need in this case, I will need a wall, and let's draw a wall here, draw another wall here, let's draw them to the end, draw another wall from there to here. I also draw another wall from there to there. I will also draw another wall from there to there, and also draw a wall here to here, and then draw here to here, and then I draw another wall here to here, and then draw. Okay, let's go draw from here to here, and then we'll be done with that. Let's view what we have done. So this is what we have done so far, but this is not what we need, so we have to continue with the project. So for you, if you need a wall, you just click a wall tool here. In the modeling tool, you just need to create one, and then you can change the type of wall that you need here, and also you can change several things where you want them to be joining. You can add you can change whether you need it in concrete or in other details. So with that, I think you're cool up to there. Another thing that you need to add is beam. You can add a beam here to this end, from that end to this end, from there to this end, from that to that end, and from that I think you can click escape and you will be cool with that. So after adding a slab, adding a beam, we can add a slab. So for this case, I'm just going to select this area, add a slab, and this area I add a slab, and then we click here, and we'll be able to view what we have done. So far so good. I love the results. After that, I'll be applying a slab opening, and I'll be applying a slab opening here, not a slab opening. Let's cross again. I will be adding a wall opening. Let's go back. Um, let's go to so let's do this. So another thing that you need to know is the type of slab. We have this type of slab, and other types of stuff. So another thing that you need to do is perhaps I need it to be, this is for illustration, but we are not limited to that. For example, I needed this to be my bedroom, my dining area, my sitting room, and perhaps washroom, kitchen, and stuff there. So that is one, and you need to ensure that you are in the light axis. After that, I just need to add, perhaps if I need it to be story, I just need to add another story, and I will come here to story generator. I can just write it here, story story generator, and story generator will come. Let's see again, let's delete that, and then story version, that is story generate story. We click generate story, and then we can click this one to this one. It's bringing some kind of worry here. I don't worry, we be able to solve it. Let's go back, and I'm going to right click here, story, edit story. Insert story at this level, and then we'll have a story. Let's see this one. So we are able now to draw another story. So what I will do is go back to story generator, generate story. Why it's not working? Let's go back. I can insert other columns also. If it's not working for me, I think it's not, but we will be able to solve this. So one thing, so this how you get to draw your structure and to model it, and then you can be able to go to analysis where you can analyze your building and get some good details about it, and you'll be able to select the class of your concrete that you need, perhaps you class 20 stroke 25 and other stuff here. You'll be able to select them so that you can get the exact thing that you need. Perhaps now I may need a roofing, but it's me add another story so that it can make a bit of sense. So what I do here is to generate another story, story, not story. So generator, generate story. I think a bit is big. So we have this one, and also we have another one. I think it'd be cool. And then let's create the brand. Use the brand for that one. That is the brand. So this one. So let's wait for it to add for us a story, and that's how you can get started with ProtaStructure. So in our next class, we'll be going through this type of file footing, and other kind of analysis that you need to start running ProtaStructure. So with that, see you in the next class, and until then, and continue designing the buildings with that has integrity, that are able to withstand the forces and other failures. So thank you much guys for being here with us today. God bless you.